forward for us, please? Thank you.
So were you getting some extra work in there after practice, or what was going on?
Yeah, just get some extra work in. I didn't like the practice I liked, so just getting some extra work. I really have to get back to that. Something that I had at Penn State. It's a tradition of mine, so just really getting back to the basics, and that's pretty much it.
So what kind of things were you doing after?
Just catching on the ball while moving. You know, a lot of times people will stand around stationary, you know, move catching the ball. But I think what I need to do is just move around a little bit, catch the ball, so I can get myself going. And I guess it takes away some lactic acid. You know, after practice, just run around a little bit. But yeah, just something to keep going after practice. You know, we only catch a couple balls during practice, so get some extra work in is always good.
Coach Will was talking about possibly at one point or another putting you in the slot and using you in there, and with a guy like Addison behind you out on the outside, that's a lot more size. It's a ton of size.
Yeah, and that's a credit to BA. BA's done a great job this offseason. What he's done using his body, catching jump balls and stuff like that, and it kind of creates some ability for me to move inside and help tight ends block a little bit, help the line a little bit, get red, sprung out, Johnny spread out too. So just getting them guys moving us around, some moving parts, give the defense a little bit of different look.
You ever had any history playing in the slot?
No, honestly, I've always been outside, so going inside is a bit of a change. Definitely different. I've never even thought of playing inside, so that's pretty different for me.
Why is it definitely different?
Because it's a new world in there. You can go inside and outside. I know outside you can go both ways, but inside it's a whole different world. You got to face safeties and corners and read linebackers, and it's such a different world. And I commend guys like Micah and Red, because those two, you got to be smart to play a position. So it's definitely raising my IQ of football and letting me go out there and do some things I've never done before.
No knocks on Marone or hockey to that end, but what do you think when you're going up, when you line up across against a guy who's much shorter than you?
Yeah.
What goes through your mind?
Hockey's a pretty tall guy. He's not a small guy, but it's different because they play different techniques. Sometimes they play catch, sometimes they'll sit there, or sometimes they'll play in the third level. So it's different to try to read, and you have to use a lot of your speed rather than on the inside than on the outside. You can get away with a lot more things on the outside. But on the inside, you have a lot of space in there. So there's some things I have to use in my technique that I'm building with Coach Bo. I'm leaning on Red and Micah for those instances and trying to see what I can do playing inside.
How much is Micah growing every day?
He's growing tremendously. We knew he was going to be somebody big coming in here, but he's definitely making his mark on the team ever since summer even started. So just keeping him level-headed, just keeping his head down, keep working, because he's doing a great job so far.
It's kind of a characteristic for him that jumps out. I know you mentioned that his football IQ is up there. And he likes to talk about his hands.
Yeah.
What for you is kind of the thing that's up
it's definitely his hands. He's a guy that he's going to catch everything. He reminds me a lot of like Golden Tate. He reminds me a lot of a guy like Golden Tate, just the way how he runs his routes and how he knows how to use his body, he knows how he gets to the football. And that's a guy that I always compared him to is like Golden Tate.
What went through your mind, Juwan, when Brendan did go down? Because compared to freshmen who they haven't been in a room before where that's kind of happened with a veteran guy, but you've been around before, you've seen it happen. You know he'll be back, but you're new to the room too. So what kind of went through your mind?
It's tough, and that's for guys like me and BA and Johnny, for us guys to step up on the outside. That's something that when we see Schooler go down, we gotta step up and be guys for him. We gotta play this first half of the season for him and let him rehab, so when he gets back, it's just like he never left. There was no fall off. We all raised our level of competition. All the spots are open, obviously. We just got to keep working. Ultimately, we're doing it every day. And Schooley's got our back. He's been coaching us up on his scooter, but we all been doing a great job so far.
Is he still in the room with you guys? Breaking down film and maybe kind of bringing in that pseudo coach sort of role. What's he like in there with you guys?
He's good. He's just like he never got injured. He's still the same guy. Still answering questions, still asking questions. So that's a guy, in the room that we need, especially for those young guys who don't know exactly what they're doing or exactly need help or certain technique or coverage or things like that. He's a guy that they always lean to. They lean on School, they answer questions like that, and he's valuable to our room.
Have you been impressed with how hardworking Travis Guy is?
Yeah, I have. Trav is really good. Even when there's like an interception or something, he's like the first one to run down. He's on the sideline. So I mean, you never see that from like anybody else but him. He's one of the hardest workers on the team, and it shows because you've seen it. I seen it last year, you know, just looking at the film and the highlights, but you know, definitely seeing that in person is something different for me because I've never seen that before.
Who's been the most impressive in camp for you?
I want to say Johnny. Johnny has been consistent this whole time. You know, he's, you know, from day one, he's hit the ground rolling. When Schoolie went down, he just raised his level of competition. That's just somebody that I've been leaning on since camp started is him because, you know, he's just been so consistent, just coming up to practice and working every day.
I think Travis could be pretty dangerous as a returner.
Absolutely. You know, Travis is he's quick. He has vision. And, you know, he's smart with the ball. You know, that's one guy that I know that he can that you can trust him with the ball when he has it. You know, especially him being a running back. So he knows what he's doing, especially in the backfield. So I mean, I don't doubt him any bit.
As a wide receiver, are you as superstitious about your helmet as Antonio Brown is?
I want to say no comment, but
That's okay. That's okay.
nah, not necessarily. I mean, I know where he's coming from in terms of him having a helmet ever since. You know, he probably started playing football, but you know, for me in that instance, you know, I just put on the helmet and play. You know, I just play the game. But I know where he's coming from in terms of, you know, it's kind of his ritual or whatever the case may be. But that's something that he has. That's his opinion, and I have my opinion.
Are you superstitious about anything?
Not really. I mean, I am kind of superstitious. If I don't put blessed oil on in the morning, I get pretty freaked out. So I've been doing that every morning. If I don't do that, I don't like the outcome of the day.
With your experience at Penn State, can you kind of compare a little bit Justin Herbert, Trace McSorley?
Can you say that again?
With your experience at Penn State, obviously a quarterback went to the NFL and Trace McSorley, can you kind of compare the person and the player between McSorley and Justin Herbert?
I want to say they're pretty similar in terms of holding an offense accountable. You know, Trace was always a guy who held the team accountable and kind of spoke up about it, and Justin is more, he leads by action. You know, he's one of the guys that, you know, we get back up, he lets the play go, that was passed, and you know, we keep going. And that's sort of how Justin is. He's a guy that's going to, you know, pick you up and keep going, and he leads by action. Trace, on the other hand, he's more of a hands-on, and he's more of a you know, a rowdy guy, not in terms of like getting in your face, but you know, just picking the guys back up vocally. That's just something that he's done, and on the football field, I mean, they both do the same thing. They have a personal aroma about them that everyone wants to be around and everyone likes. So just to commend them too, for me to play with them too, is something amazing.
Thanks, Juwan.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Juwan.
Yep.